place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. She's looking at a photograph. No, she's looking at photographs in her hand. About Ota. Well, do you want to talk about it?
This is your fault. I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris.
Technically, it's your son's fault.
My boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright. Mayumi is crying. What is their achievement for, like, investigating everything? Not sure. Alright. Dante residence. Ah. Mizuki is curled up on the sofa. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. We have a nice house, or apartment. I'm assuming we sleep on the couch or something, or it's adorable. The stuffed rabbit. I gave it to Mizuki on her birthday. Mizuki's bed, coffee table. Hey, there go her pipe. Mizuki's favorite metal pipe. School bag. Mine and Mizuki's clothes. I like how we just have like the same outfit. Hey. Mizuki is staring at the floor. About Ota. She go blame us about Iris.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet. Not just in Japan, but worldwide. 3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body. 2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
She certainly didn't seem so, but I can't stay by her side forever.
Iba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. Well, dang. My refrigerator. I wonder, where do we sleep? Or is this like a... Ooh, weights. Whoa, bench press. Hey. Wait, do we see how... Okay, no. Is this, what is it? This is Hitomi, I think, yeah. No, wait. Yeah. I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit down on the sofa. Well, sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. The heavy silence weighed on both of us. I thought she said something good was going to happen because of this flower.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope. When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
Iris.
There's a drawing on the wall? I mean, there is still the guy on the right. Maybe. Unless he died. About Iris.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. Then it was 2, then 3, and finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up. Her memories are a part of this room, and always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day, she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time, she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her. But why?
Well, dang. Poor Brooks. About Ota.
Oda was one of my students.
Ah.
I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Can you think of any information?
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please, tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding. The second time a month ago.
Oh.
That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit
89?
them a few times a year.
Probably. Yeah.
By coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Like either Hitomi with the... No, hold up. I guess the person that she knew could have been a guard, so maybe Shoko was there for number 89.
Fuchu.
Prison?
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
Last place, Marble.
Are you okay, honey?
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning, anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Also, did it just me or did it seem like Hitomi's voice sound changed like 3 times? I might get like it's because he was hurt from the... What is it? But the knowledge or the fact that her child died, but I don't know, it just seemed like completely different. Like almost as if they changed voice actors or something like that, but yeah.
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Tell me.
I like that picture. Information about the incident.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case. Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras? Shoko also has a relationship with them.
Or had.
You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3? Iris?
No, not that one. The boy.
Ota?
He came here last night.
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
How is Ota related to the Kumakuras? Kumakuras? Yeah.
Have you heard the rumor?
Mama told me a similar story to Ibis about So and the Kabashiki district. The basic idea is this: eight years ago, So sold his land in the Kabaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land price to drop drastically. So bought back the land for 1 billion yen. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Did so blow it up? Or conspired to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would end up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion in land. I mean, in land. This is a net zero. But there's more to the story. About so in the Kabashi district.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts. I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you. The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kabasaki.
Oh, Kabasaki. About so in the Kabasaki district.
Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kabasaki? So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kabasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly. But look at Kabasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces. But I promise you, I will revive the Kabasaki district at any cost. Casino Town Kabasaki will give new life to the city.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kabasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off-limits. However, the air in Kabasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kabasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE. And by So himself. The land he bought back for 1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip. What were we talking about again?
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kabasaki district? The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of, I'm still thinking of the files. The flowchart, I mean. Like, So, like, is this right here? If I, what is it? Because I remember it was two things for the cage. It was like, well, the balloons, and it was the family picture thing. So if I would have picked the family picture, would it have led to this? And would that be considered bad, or I don't know? Because also the same happened for here for what's her name? Iris. So like if I would have went down here, would she would have stayed alive, or no? Alright, let's go back to Abyss headquarters. 4:57 p.m. Oh. I returned to boss's office to report. But I didn't see her anywhere.
Where did she go?
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True.
Sat down in my usual seat and decided to wait for boss.
What are you doing?
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
What summary? We don't have anything new.
That's not true.
Huh?
I was curious, so I did some research. About number 89.
Oh yeah. Wait. Okay. What is 89's real name?
Unknown.
You don't know?
No such person is listed in the family registry. It is possible he is a foreigner, but his nationality is unknown. However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised in Japan.
What is the relationship between 89 and Shoko?
Unknown. I cannot determine if they have any connection. Approximately 1 month ago, Hitomi Sagan witnessed Shoko in Fuchu Prison's waiting room. I am unable to say for certain that the person she was there to visit was number 89. After all, Fuchu Prison houses 2,000 inmates.
But number 89 knew Shoko's name.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That must mean that he knew her somehow.
It is possible.
Who is 89?
As you know, he is an assassin with multiple confirmed kills. He is currently serving a sentence at Fuchu Prison. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
That's what Pewter told us.
After his fourth murder, he was arrested by the police.
What about 89 and the new Cyclops serial killings?
Pewter claims that there were 2 culprits behind the original serial killings. One was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
But Rohan committed suicide last year.
That leaves 1 culprit still alive, number 89.
But number 89 couldn't possibly have committed these crimes. He was in jail when each of the murders occurred.
Unless he knows the brother. Momo.
Correct. However, I do not believe it is accurate to claim that he had nothing to do with the incident.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
If he was telling the truth, his involvement is possible.
Let's talk to 89.
Let's talk to number 89.
I don't know if he's telling the truth or if he's full of it. But he's our last remaining loose end.
All right. However, we need not go to him. We can bring him to us. If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Can you arrange that?
I can.
Oh. After cutting through some red tape, 89 was brought to the HQ. But for some reason, boss never showed up. Oh no.
Sorry to interrupt your busy day, but I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
Was he the one from the dream? From our dream? Also, I was saying, well, not saying, but I was thinking, like, what if he wanted to somehow get brought out of his prison cell to somehow escape, probably? Do you know Shoko?
Yeah, I guess I do.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu Prison. Was she there to see you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no position to lie.
I'm not lying. She didn't come to hear me talk.
Then why did she come?
To meet me.
Meet you?
She probably just wanted to see me.
What's your name?
Number 89.
Your real name?
I don't remember.
Alright. When did you first meet Shoko?
A long time ago.
I was thinking, like, what if him and Dante lost their memory at the same time? But I'm not sure.
I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
A physical one. I'm kidding. She was just a business partner.
Where are you from?
Burkina Faso.
Burkina.
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa. Population 17 million.
I don't have time for your jokes.
'89 is sitting in front of me. You're the original Cyclops killer, aren't you?
That's right. I was one of the culprits behind the case 6 years ago. One of the two Cyclops killers.
Who killed Shoko?
All right. Let's get right down to it. 2 days ago, you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty. We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
I thought so.
It's done. You've got a deal.
What? But I guess we're lying.
All right. But to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story. It might take some time. Is that all right with you?
Man, I got a bottle of water.
I've got nothing but time.
Then let's get started. The story of a lonely assassin. Once upon a time, there was a detective, full of righteous justice. Let's call him F. F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings, and grew up in an orphanage since he was born. He suffered every kind of abuse imaginable there. It led him to despise all the evils of the world. One day, F was chasing a thug down at the harbor. Someone wanted for the assault and murder of women.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife. Here. And you lower your gun.
I thought he had his first murder when he was 12. Or was it 12 years ago? I'm gonna say 12. That's what I thought Peter said.
It's fine. I got nothing else on me. I'll go quietly. You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while. Even if I get caught, it's all good. I'll come right back out again.
Probably shouldn't have said that.
What should I do next time?
Unless he wanted to die.
Just thinking about it gets me excited.
The culprit was unarmed. But F never served a day in prison. The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared innocent. If the truth got out, it would be a huge scandal for the police.
I mean, if he was a serial killer, the guy that he killed is like, I guess it would be alright to kill him. I guess. That if okay, no, it was just a thug in the harbor. Okay, no. Oh, no. He was wanted for the assault and murder of women. Okay, I don't know. I still say yeah.
People at the upper level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated. F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all. After a while, he returned to his job like nothing happened. That was a turning point for him. He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back. F still wanted justice, and he was willing to dispense it to the immoral one by one. He became an assassin, a lone gunman. No agent, no employer. He was his own man. F believed that he was judge, jury, and executioner. But it didn't last long. One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X. X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy. Turns out, X had connections. Someone wasn't happy that he died. Rohan Kumakura, chairman of the Kumakuras. X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time. Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
I've done some research. I know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum from this earth. But somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation. They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or natural causes. Amazing work. I'm impressed. How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say no, but it'll be the last word out of your mouth.
F was trapped. Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer. Thus, F's self-employment came to an end. He became a hired gun of the Kumakaras. Rohan even gave him a code name, Falco. Named for the falcon, a bird of prey. Falco didn't quit his job as a police officer, though. He worked as a detective by day, assassin by night at the will of the organization. An ordinary killer would need motive to take a life. But not Falco. He did as he was told, one target after another. It didn't take long to destroy his heart completely. Time passed, and a few years back, Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal mistake. He missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to the stomach. Somehow he managed to escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him. He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last. But at that moment, in his darkening vision, he saw a woman approach him. He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking. That was the first encounter between Falco and the woman. She was a teacher at some school. It was like she was from a totally different world than him. Listening to her talk, he would forget everything about his line of work. She was his only contact with the ordinary, mundane world. They met in secret a few more times, and Falco felt his heart grow warmer. Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched heart. Falco started to become himself again, his former self. He swore on his life that from then on, he would live for her.
So, you want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please. You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing. One final job I want you to do for me.
Oh. Did he tell him to kill him?
It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter.
Oh, no.
I need you to dispose of them.
Okay, he's probably was talking about Hitomi and Iris, and then he killed them. Probably.
Should be simple, no?
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine.
Man.
And her daughter. She had just turned 12. Why the 2 of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason, and Falco had no intention of carrying out the kill. But if he didn't, he knew that someone else would. He thought long and hard. How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime? He couldn't find an answer, no matter how hard he thought. He was backed into a corner. So, he decided to call on an old friend for help.
Coco?
And then,
silence. Yeah, I was trying to talk that much, but I didn't want to interrupt it again like I did in the beginning of the little story. But yeah. But it's not how Pewter described him as. And he said that he only got pleasure from, you know, killing people. For some reason, he won't open his mouth again. Well, why did you stop?
Why did you stop?
He's not talking. You mentioned a detective?
You mentioned a detective.
What's the connection between that and Shoko?
What's the connection between that and Shoko?
Was that the whole story?
Was that the whole story? Hey, answer me.
This is a transaction, remember? Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end of the bargain, I'm not telling you anything else. I'll give you half up front, half later. If you want to hear the rest of my story, you better start the release procedures. Once they've cleared, I'll tell you everything.
Date, it is unlikely that number 89 will uphold his promise, even upon release.
Pewter,
Yes?
start the preparations.
Hi.
For what?
About to sink one of them.
What do you think? The sink.
I'd imagine his mind might not be the easiest.
I have injected number 89 with the usual dosage. He will not be waking up anytime soon. Are you ready, Agent Date?
Yeah,
The time limit is 6 minutes.
I know.
Then let's begin.
Sup?
No, not sup. Why are you sleeping on the job?
Because I want to, obviously.
Why are you getting mad at me?
Yeah, this rug feels so good on my skin, yeah.
Why are you suddenly a cat?
Playtime's over. Let's begin.
And stand up.
What?
Is this the Sagan residence?
It definitely is. But why?
Number 89. What were you up to? What?
Okay.
The green. I do not think I can pass through it.
Really wants to hide it, huh? Okay, new plan.
Somnium scan. Activate.
Mental lock 1. Mental lock 2. Mental lock 3. Mental lock 4. Oh. Was that a bad thing?
This appears to correspond to the green thing.
The door. '89 is covered in a green membrane. I can't get close. Hold up. Yeah, so we're gonna leave it all here because I don't want anything to mess up. But we do got a little, well, as you know, we don't really have any information on them besides this picture. So yeah, we'll finish this next episode. I don't want anything to mess up. So yeah, I've been Cryptic Leo, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.